weren't able to skip that stage right into the quarterfinals. So here we go. FaZe taking on players Inferno. Mirage and Overpass as a decider. Twist gonna lead the way up banana early, hiding in the corner at the moment. Hobbit, Nafany, and Inters with a three-man stack at the top of banana. Want to control that on the pistol round. Slow and measured and quiet from both teams as Twist starts kind of creeping out, seeing what he can find. A little bit of utility, two smokes, flash and Molotov for ropz and Kerrigan.
Inters waiting at the top of the banana position, has Hobbit and Nafany along with him, so this does mean Shiro and Exile are completely alone over on A. And because they're playing pit side, not a quick rotation. We know pistols can commonly go through the CT wrap based on how close the engagements are. Sometimes it's a split-second decision just on how things go down at Arch. So this could catch them, depending on how the mid approach goes for FaZe.
Yeah, this defense with these USPs, if they miss a couple of shots, if these Glocks are able to close the gap without taking too many losses, this defense they could crumble very quickly. Exile and Shiro going to fall back into the bomb site. The B player is going to start to push up. That flank is going to be coming in. It's going to be at a nice timing, but they need to hold off a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is a big flank because, again, they went all toward the Arch side. They didn't cover off for, all toward the pit side. They didn't cover off for Arch. They couldn't run back the other way, but the kill's still going the way of FaZe. It's ropz, Kerrigan, and Twists. And ropz, for those wondering, is not the Iceman. He's the Latvian laser. We all know that. ropz going to try and laser toward the apartments right now, but Hobbit has that instead on the silenced USP, and Hobbit hardly scathed from that with 62. Will get flashed inside of the pit to try and clear further positions. It's both inside of the site for FaZe. Twists, the high HP player at this point in time, 100. And a kill already to work with. Needs to work off ropz's positioning. Needs to try and get this into a situation where he can bait out the shots. He's done that. Reloads required. The USP with only the 12 bullets. Brocky's going to catch off Hobbit. Twist comes back out and Hinters gets nailed.
They had all the chances in the world to take down ropz. I mean, smart of him playing at that box headshot angle for the player up in halls, but once you drop down, they've had a few chances to take him out. All it needed was one bullet. They couldn't connect a single one. So good job on ropz, really jiggling and being a difficult target to land in that bomb site. And yeah, two players inside the site, so hard to hold off on that long enough for the flank to come in. Good kill from Kerrigan, watching from Boiler, able to slow it down just a little bit, and it's 1-0 for FaZe. They get started on a positive note. Shotgun in the hands of Shiro. It's a pump shotty. 3 MAC-10s for the FaZe attacking side. And again, slow and measured to open things up. Still at the base of banana. No aggressive take quite yet. I like the point Maniac brought up. FaZe has played spoiler, has played the foil to players a number of times in a number of big events over the past year or so.
Well, remember at Katowice, the reason I said do it the hard way, obviously there was no easy way when you're in a playoffs that has only 6 teams on the stage, but they played players and then went against Heroic immediately after.
Well, they got to get a tough route here as well. There's this match, the winner of this plays up against Navi in the quarterfinals, so that's not going to be any kind of fun to try and progress through it. Good opening kill from Hobbit. That's an SMG getting the frag onto Twist. He's got 22 health, Nafany down to 44, but they'll take the man advantage. Shiro and Exile again alone at the 8 bomb site, but Inters is on a rotation. However, with that 5-7, the distance is going to be a problem. Smokes as well to make any kind of hit disjointed or put out any kind of Molotov that's going to land in his face.
Shotgun Shiro. That's known now. Can't hit the first shot. Does follow up to catch Kerrigan, but not enough damage done as he heard the first shot and opened the gap so that he could get the shot in return, and that worked out brilliantly. No deagle from the pits.
Yeah, good utility. Good smokes from FaZe. I mean, that smoke towards the half wall really obscured the vision. Smoke towards the front of the site made that shotgun, put it in an awkward battle, having to go at medium to long range with that weapon. Obviously not ideal, as we all know from various zombie games over the years. Nice entrance from these MAC-10s as well. Kerrigan wheeling around. Nafany's going to save a Galil. That's the only kill they got on Twist earlier on in the round. It's 2-0 for FaZe.
So hold on to that Galil as best as possible. Twists was the target and victim, as the bomb will expire in a rather dramatic explosion. Jason, it's always dramatic.
Always dramatic.
Went down to check out the players area. I know that sounds like a weird thing. We're at the tournament. Why wouldn't we? But we're in separate spots at the hotel.
You went up to check out the players area, didn't you?
No, the players lounge is upstairs. The tournament area, sorry, is
okay.
upstairs. Yeah,
Nice.
it's actually quite cozy down there. The nice little lounge near them, but also very focused. It's not a large area cordoned off for the two teams just playing. It's only the two teams down there, so it's quite focused environment.
We obviously also the little walk through that Chad and Alex did earlier on in the event of what this area is like at the hotel, what the tournament structure is like here. It's obviously very cool, but you know, oddly enough, I don't know how any of the players have handled it over the week. For me, I think I've left this floor of the hotel once.
Yeah, my hotel room is about 50 meters
Yeah.
from here. Our computer room is like 10.
Yep.
The green room's about another 20. So yeah, this hallway is where I live.
No need to go outside. It's perfect.
Yeah, I don't touch grass. Twists. Grass can be sharp. You can get like a paper cut from grass.
Don't call them blades for
I
nothing.
ain't going out there. No way. That's scary. Nafny and Exile, the only two left alive this time. FaZe with a pretty clean clear against what was essentially a full eco, aside from Nafny obviously holding that gun to carry it over. They'll bring the bomb in. Rain, he's back with us. Poor old Rain as well as they plant the bomb. JKS starts the tournament standing in, obviously, Katowice I'm speaking about, starts the tournament standing in for ropz. ropz arrives, and then Rain can't play, and then they win, and everyone's going, oh, it's you know, Rain. Yeah, forget him. They won without him. It's like, well, hang on. They still were winning with him without ropz. So, you know, poor guy was getting a bad rap.
Yeah, that had to have been a weird feeling and probably a weird set of emotions on that trophy for Rain. He'd obviously like to win another one just so he can be on stage, just so he can be part of the celebration and be part of the contributions. Everything taken away from players right at the end of the round. Good lurk from ropz, making sure they could never evacuate that A bomb site. Coming in right at the end. Weapons coming in for players, all the rifles, M4s on 4 players. Shiro's going to start this off with an AWP. There's 4 players with head armor because obviously they realize there's a couple like MAC-10s, SMGs on the other team, a Galila as well, so they need that head armor to make sure those weaker weapons won't take them down too easily. First gun round going live. Twist and Brokey towards Banana. Kerrigan's going to be behind them in support with utility and grenades. Rain and ropz on the other side of the map.
Nade goes over the half wall at Banana. That'll do fractional damage to anyone at the top side, but no one there. Being passive, it's just Shiro, in fact, that's over on that side of the map right now. Flash off the angle. He's back inside of the site, so Hobbit needs to be careful when he wants to rotate, if he wants to rotate, because he's got a smoke in front of him at top middle as well.
Oh, there's a stack though. Molotov might bust it up. Inter's gonna fight in the flames, spraying him down. He knows he's gonna die eventually. Good kills. Good setup so far from players. They've handled it well, and they never saw Exile coming. Wow. Good shutdown early on. Set the tone with a 4-man stack in middle.
That was all good and well, except that they put the Molotov on Inters, who manages to get one. They didn't actually check for the fight that he was going to be shuffling, as far as I could see, unless it was a quick check. They didn't expect him to be in the corner. But they did it after the smoke dissipated. So Hobbit was already isolated, and then they go out and they get wrecked by him as well.
They wanted to attack Rapside. They probably didn't expect for there to be a stack. The Molotov is meant to prevent anyone from swinging into the fight as they wrap around. Just a little bit of a miscalculation, but you're right. Obviously, when you kind of get countered blindly like that, it does look a little bit silly. Op going to be in the hands of Brokey. Op in the hands of Shiro still, obviously, and he's back towards the A bomb site. In fact, he's getting aggressive. Rain could shut it all down, though.
Oh, good push from Rain. Exile couldn't land a shot. Inters will follow it up because, again, there's 2 players in one position. Make that a third, because here comes Shiro down the bottom of the stairs. He'll catch out ropz and get away with Rain killed. Thankfully, they got that kill because Shiro would have been a dead man as well.
They've got to make this hit happen right now. They've got to do it before anyone rotates back. Kerrigan knows that. He knows they've spotted 2 towards the other side of the map. Twist, Kerrigan, and Brokey trying to find the entrance. Boosted up. Good trajectory from Twist.
Nafny, though, still trying to dance around this smoke. They can't get the kill. They've got to plant the bomb over CT. That kill came in. That's Twists that went down, but bomb still to be planted. I thought it was the bomb planter, and I was going to say, with the smoke gone on CT, this becomes very awkward, but they'll get it on the ground. So now the utility matters not, the positioning matters more. Brokey's going to get blinded off. That's an unfortunate flash that he just didn't see with the scope being in the position that it were, and Kerrigan down. They know he's likely to be the back of the site, though. Molotov off at the pillar, but they've got to cover around on Emo, and he's locked in the corner. There's no chance they don't double peek this. He can hear them running in. He's pre-scoped. He's anticipating the jump. He only gets one, and that's exactly the trade they were setting up for.
So much patience from players, and why not? You have so much utility to use at the end. They still have 2 flashes. They had 2 HE grenades. They had 1 Molotov. All of that to deal with Brokey's position. They obviously knew exactly where he was as well. Good job from players. I really like this. This is now 2 rounds. The 4-man stack in middle, and then the 2-man initially push in towards Halls with a 3rd there in support if anything goes wrong. And they never saw Shiro all the way at the base of the stairs to pick off ropz.
Did ESL get these jerseys made for players? Because I've never seen these ones before for sale. They look kind of fun.
What are they wearing?
Just blank shirts with kind of like a mixed gray and material pattern. It says
Nice.
ESL on them. Might make a nice running top or something, you know?
Okay. Well, Maniac was right. We are doing fashion analysis.
Yeah, he's not, dude, I feel like he would be great at that, let's be honest.
Oh, he would be. He'd be wonderful.
If I could pick one man on the broadcast team to dress me, or to pick out what I wear, let's be clear, I don't want anyone visualizing that wrong.
Okay.
But it would be him.
I'd go with Machine.
Okay.
Machine would give me something.
Off his style, though.
No, I absolutely don't either, but it would be funny.
I feel like you just look like an evil villain with the ball, you know.
Yeah, with the ball.
The streetwear.
Give me a cat to put in my lap as well, and give me a look I'd never even imagined. Shiro peering down Banana. He's got support this time. Previously, he was alone here. Ooh, spots the body, takes out the hip. Gonna stick around a little bit longer, but not overstay his welcome. New angle and retreat. 5-on-4 for players. Rain, ropz, Twist, and Brokey consolidating down at the base of middle. 1 smoke, 1 flash. For Banana, not enough utility to make any kind of a hit at the A bomb site comfortable. Not enough utility to negate those crossfires that could be there. So drop 1 in CT spawn. See if you can get a bit fortunate. Might need a God flash.
Oh, shot out Shiro. He's forced back between oranges 1. That baits them in toward Nafany, though. Good shot, ropz. Gets the return, and Rain knew where Shiro was gone, so the Deagles come out flying again. Hobbit only managing 1 back. ropz has the AWP picked up, and it's a 2-on-2. FaZe busting into the B site.
Oh, great shots from the Deagle, but I think players are going to want to play that one differently if they could go back in time. Unfortunately, they've got to get through the AWP in ropz's hands. He's very low. This time they don't have all the utility in the world. Axile, Molotov, and HE grenade. Brokey's going to look towards Ruins, and he's taken down 1-on-1. ropz, the only one, and he's got it. Inters tries to bait out the shot, but couldn't get behind the wall fast enough. And FaZe steal one away for a 4-2 lead.
Solidly stolen away as well. That is pretty impressive trades coming in. I mean, it just goes to show you sometimes, not necessarily, but that was a sick shot.
That's the re-peek that you don't need, though. Nafany can just tuck into that corner and just kind of hold it and make sure they cannot comfortably close in on the AWP. And that made Shiro have to get aggressive and have to take an aggressive peek that he also didn't want to take. So a little bit of a mistake in that defense and their teamwork there at the B bomb site, and FaZe makes them pay.
Brokey just waiting it out. Or as Maui Snake likes to call him, Brocky. At the T-stairs, Hobbit, meanwhile, looking to support his teammates by way of utility. Twists, again, trying to find the opening kill over toward Banana with Brokey there.
Looks like Hobbit's just holding a flashbang to activate Nafany when they feel the hit coming in. Here it comes. We'll see if this UMP can get anything done, or excuse me, MP9 coming through. Ooh, yeah, nicely done. I thought the SMG would come out from spawn. It was Hobbit to actually make the jump, and he's got the opening kill on a Kerrigan. Players have actually done a very good job of finding the opening kills once the guns have come out.
That was pretty nifty little flash. Yeah, bounce, and then even with the smokes down, Kerrigan never sees it coming. He traced him well through the smoke also, because he hit the first 2 shots. Kerrigan went scurrying back toward Banana, and then he landed the last. So pretty solid job overall. ropz going to go back over toward Banana and join his teammates. He's got Rain with him. This is going to be a B hit. 42 seconds.
It's got to be a great hold as well. There's no utility. There's no kits for the players rotating from the A bomb site, and Shiro has no armor. So they're going to want to hold this off if Nafany and Hobbit can't be impactful here.
Pushing forward. Good shot from ropz. Nafany drops. They need to be aware of Hobbit, though. He's the one that went missing in the back of of the site after the opening kill. Kerrigan never saw where he was shot from, so he was able to rotate back out quickly. He gets the boost. He gets 3 in the round in total, and that leaves us with just 2 FaZe players, but they're ready for the rotation. No shot landing. Brokey can't catch off the first player on rotation, but he nails Axile. Hinters will slide up further and try and get inside of the chapel. But look at this play. Okay, I thought they were going to counter boost the smoke. I thought ropz and Brokey were going to try and catch off one more. Instead, they'll fall with the AWP back to Banana, and I don't think they're going to go for this. They don't have kits.
They don't have it. I think Inters is just...
Oh, that's a big miss.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, that's just a risky play from the M4 as well. They had to do 2 of those, right? Even the play just to get the things initiated from CT spawn, you had to just dry swing on Brokey and pray that he missed the shot. He did, but without flashbangs to push him back, without nades and molotovs to prevent those repeaks, that's tough going. That's a long route to try and make work against an AWP of Brokey's caliber. 3-round lead for FaZe, and probably more frightening is the economic control and dominance that they have set up just now. The double kill from Hobbit just wasn't enough. Brokey aggressive enough to thin the herd and make things easier for his team. FaZe looking good to start Inferno.
Yeah, looking solid.
The man with the mustache.
The man with the mustache. You make that, the way you say it, it sounds like a novel or a playwright. There is FaZe. With Robin behind them. So, not a lot of discussion going on at this point in time. We're getting back underway quickly. Shiro, AWP is going to be the solo... Okay, I was going to say I would force pistols around this guys, given the lost round bonus, but they're going to keep it pretty light.
Yeah, I mean, they have enough money to buy in the next round. They have a 3-round losing bonus, so they're going to get just under, $2,900. They're going to have cash for the rifle, so don't put yourself out of a gun round by investing in armor and upgraded pistols. Just a few weapons in case Shiro's able to give you some hope. And also some pistols to perhaps protect the AWP if needed. Good shot from Shiro. That's ropz discovered. Little bit of a pop flash, and unfortunately Nafany doesn't have one of those upgraded pistols. FaZe likely to just press the issue here at the B bomb site. Hobbit can't get anything done. He's taken down by Brokey. And now the plan for players is for Shiro to save this AWP. He should be backing away from CT spawn any moment, maybe looking for someone to walk into this crosshair, but that shouldn't happen. Brokey's going to stay put. Inter's making sure Shiro can fall back towards the A bomb site when he needs to, just controlling rap side of that A bomb site.
FaZe on their 6th round already. It looked like they were, I mean, keep in mind, this could have been a 3-3 game. In the gun rounds, it was all players to start it off.
This is cool, though. Obviously they're abusing the fact in these past few rounds of light nades and light utility and light money for the player side of things. But if you go back to the first 2 gun rounds, we had that 4-man stack in middle from players. You had that 2 to 3-man halls push. Both of those were extremely successful in wiping out that portion of the FaZe attack. Ever since then, it's been FaZe falling into repeated B hits, and we haven't seen that players can actually stop that effectively.
And we're not seeing a lot of banana control attempted early on either, which is surprising because I think with the drop to utility, a lot more teams are being aggressive in that position.
Yeah, it seemed that's kind of what I was getting at. It felt like in my mind when I was watching, I was like, oh, players seem to have like a really good feel for what FaZe want to do and a really good plan coming into this in those first 2 gun rounds. I mean, remember the 4-man stack in mid had Shiro alone with the AWP, so obviously you're not going to challenge. You want Shiro to be able to get a pick. But yeah, we haven't seen that typical brawl. Maybe we get it this round. Players have tons of Molotovs now. They've got, 4 Molotovs, they've got 5 smokes, they've got plenty of HU grenades and flashbangs. They could be aggressive there if they want, but it's just going to be Nafany and Hobbit. And Hobbit's going to take a peek at the car, a little bit blind, spamming through. I don't think he realizes how close they are. Transfers over. Good return from Twist, who's also brought down to 19 HP, but that's unconfirmed damage.
That's pretty...
It's not bad from Hobbit.
Considering he got the damage on Twist, like you said, though, unconfirmed. Was on like his last 5 bullets, I want to say. I couldn't quite hear the springing, but I wasn't really watching. I know he was firing for a while and still hits the shot before dying. That was all he was good for in that situation. Yeah,
re-aggression from Nafany as well towards sandbags. Smoke put out. He's got a Molotov whenever he feels like he needs it. That'll make FaZe nervous. When that smoke fades, FaZe is going to be saying, okay, we need to clear sandbags now. So there's going to have to be another set of utility out of FaZe to allow them to safely get in position to attack the B bomb set if that's what they want. So there's going to be an audible cue for the player's defender. That's Nafany, and he'll be able to throw out his counter nades and call over for help. There's the audio cue. Pop flash, they can get around the corner, and obviously plenty of footsteps. There's the counter utility from Nafany. Still has one smoke to work with late in the round. 35 seconds when he deploys it. That'll take us to about 15 seconds, and FaZe might want to bust through this, and indeed I think they will. Nafany, oh, a little bit blind. One's gotten past him, one's gotten very past him. And into the B bomb site again we go. Players still not able to shut down these hits.
That's, yeah, this is going to be something they absolutely need to talk about, because even with Hobbit putting a bit more pressure on it than previously, he only gets one. I mean, he gets one, I shouldn't say only, he gets one and gets a good amount of damage, and then they do nothing afterwards. Where's the dink that gets Swiss? I guess it was just the nade. He already took damage before that.
Took a little damage, yeah, the nade chunked him down that last bit. Rain had no idea where the bullets were coming first, but look at him spinning, just like an auto turret. Shiro might try and get one at the end, but no one's going to come in this direction. 7-2, 5-round lead for FaZe. I have to think that round, you leave Nafany there alone. If you're players, I think you're saying, look, eventually they're going to have to go to the A bomb site. Eventually they're going to have to come back and try their luck on this side of the map one more time, and they're trying to read Kerrigan, what he's going to be calling, and he's putting together a great game so far as an in-game leader for FaZe, as we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people give credit to his in-game leading, especially after Katowice going through it the way that they did. You know, he had so many, look, he may not have that major under his belt, but he's got so many rosters that he's really made successful. Mouse Sports lineups, the early Astralis lineup, no doubt about it. You go to Dignitas TSM, Quest Denmark, as it were. And now obviously with FaZe again, so he seems to always find a way to be among the elite in any given lineup he has. That alone should speak for itself. Shiro's going to back off. AWP Arch side. He watched toward the doorway at Boiler, where in which FaZe have already started to occupy. So this is the change-up. Even though they've been so successful at B, Jason, they can't expect to go there every single round all game. And with Hobbit being a little more aggressive last round, they put some early smoke down this time, and FaZe is just going to try and play A instead.
Comes the utility. Shiro's going to have a decision to make. Exile's burning. He's got one kill. That's Twist to go down. Kerrigan lurking on Rap side, but there's two players here. You shall not cross this for sure. Good frag from Nafany. 3 versus 5, but Nafany and Exile are low. It could get thinned out and evened up pretty quickly.
So the drop smoke to allow them further out the doorway at apartments, but it gives Exile a bit of a one-way through the carts. He fires though, that gives his position up. ropz knows he's now directly underneath. The damage already done. He makes no mistake in collecting what Twist had started, as ropz will flash out toward the graveyard as well, just to make sure sight is cleared. Smoke still down on Moto. They can't get fully around the corner toward Inters, but now they will. Brokey up close. No mistake on the AWP. Taps the plant to see if he's safe, and then has to try and hold it this time and rely on ropz to cover the angle. Flash goes out. Moto not blinded by that, and ropz, or excuse me, Brokey rather, still aware that that's a possibility. I don't know if they're going to be aware that Hobbit has gone for the flank. So they're trying to triangulate this. They'll set up 2 toward the lane and the 1 at Moto to wait. ropz is staring here. Does have some indication, but Shiro's found him directly. And now the AWP in the side all by himself. Nafany's already lurked out from the library. And it's going to be the third round for players.
Good retake with light nades from players to get their 3rd round on the board. Another success at the A bomb site. Still looking for that same kind of success towards the B bomb site, or else FaZe is just going to rinse and repeat over there and run away with this half. Despite the fact they get the 2 early kills, this one onto Twist. Shiro is able to find Rain. I mean, despite the fact they get the opening 2 kills, it's a 5-on-3. This round was scarily close, brought down to just 2 players. So good recovery from Brokey and ropz to make that doable. Now you get to see some nades picked up from players. Everyone's flush with cash. 2 kits as well. 3 players at the top banana. You wanted a bit more control from the CT side, Matt. You're going to see him try and attempt it at least here. Good nade onto Nafany. Utility is out late. They want to activate Hobbit out in the open. Twist gets caught. That's a great sequence from players, and they control banana.
Definitely something that they've been after. Banana control. We knew there had to be a change eventually, and Kerrigan's going to work his way in, has no idea he is a dead man. Hobbit already sneaking forward. The aggression is catching them off because they have not seen it throughout the entire half. So a 2-man advantage to work with now on the player's side.
Exile just above Shiro playing anti-flash. Oh, so blind. That's awkward. Good shot. Exile as well, helping him out in Boiler. Tense. It's just Brokey in the 1 versus 5, so players look to string 2 together.
Brokey firing the AWP as well. They know he's at bottom middle, but if he was going to scurry back to spawn and save, he didn't make the right call in doing it because they were already approaching his position. He'll go down. And now something to go with. There's the jerseys, Jason.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah. Maybe this would give us some of those and we can brand them. They can put my new gamer name on the back, Boosted Kid.
You are boosted. We boosted you all the way to silver, too.
No, Gold Nova 2 now. I'm climbing quick, you know, considering we're like 9-0 in global. But, you know, it's fine. Thanks. Thanks, Valve.
Well, FaZe starting to run out of funds as well. Dig deep into their wallets for this buy. Twist, Solo, and Banana.
Shiro waiting for that smoke. Aware that they could go through it, so is Crosshair wide off the wall?
They want to attack Rap side. There's going to be contact here when the smoke fades. Rain and Kerrigan close by.
Anthony's with him as well. He's not actually on top of the pallet, which a lot of players will go for with having a different angle, but Shiro gets the first shot. Anthony overextends, but Inters comes back around to take out Kerrigan. They need to trade underneath of the atrium, and just barely Brokey gets that shot before they can fall away. ropz nearly caught off with a re-peek. He's spotted. That gives away the positioning of Exile.
Hobbit's very aggressive. Hobbit's very aggressive. That's a huge win. Cap in the smoke. Drop the Molotov. Fall away, Hobbit. You're playing with death. He's playing with fire as well, and that's going to keep him safe for the moment. Tucks himself back into the dark corner. Down mid we go. ropz looking for the flank. It's Exile who gets picked off. Oh, players overextending a little bit, but Shiro, he can stop this. He can put a stop to this with his ult, but you can't miss. Jumping shot, and he doesn't. So much accuracy. ropz has a chance for a 1 versus 2.
Brokey was actually lagged on that one, but he was already low HP. ropz is stepping up again. Hobbit's the B player, so he knows it's got to be a rotation, but where does he come from? It's not going to be CT, but ropz still looking that direction. Needs to try and find better ground, and rather than sitting and resting in the site and letting him control the angles, he's going to take matters into his own hands all the way up to Graveyard using the Vespa, using the headshot angle, and finding phase number 8. Brilliantly done by Robin Cool.
Yeah, that's too much. Again, players just... You're giving things away. You're giving all the opportunities, and you could see Hobbit shaking his head, just saying, "This is too much. I shouldn't have been put in this 1 versus 1. You can't have these players dropping like this." Exile, you're way too exposed to watch for that fallback. You're the only player that's really in a good position to defend the A bomb site. It puts Shiro in an awkward position, who gets picked off as well.
I almost feel like Exile got baited by timing because he saw ropz falling back, took that shot. ropz wouldn't have seen him, and then he's like, well, hang on, I'm just going to push down after him. They're going B, and then ropz is like, I'm just going to turn it around on you now. Yeah,
the kill from Hobbit actually allowed FaZe to just kind of fall back there, but that's got to be so frustrating. So frustrating. 4-round lead.
So Brokey's AWP this time again toward Banana. Nice nade. That'll land straight on the feet of Nafany. He's down to 46 HP already. And they know he's there because he had to Molotov himself out. He's going to go front bags instead. Oh, that utility burst, though. Brokey on 33. Hobbit caught out by Twists, though, and he nearly caught out Nafany as well.
Feels like that frustration is starting to get to him a little bit there. Early in the map. For attempts at individual heroics, Hobbit picked off over the smoke. Shiro's gotten here, Nafany's got here, but a missed shot, and they have no one inside the bomb site. Players have to at least consider for the moment, if they don't get any kills here early on of this post plant, might be time for another save. As painful as that may be, Nafany looking over coffins, he goes down, and surely that's the signal. Surely that's the one that says, we don't want anything to do with this fight anymore. Shiro holding
fine line on that gap. Smoke goes out. They tried to peek into it, couldn't get it done. Enters. He gets Kerrigan, but that's after in which Shiro went down, and ropz now pushing toward the tree. Good flush, but he has the lineup already there. Enters. Cannot get anywhere. Axile. ropz is going to go down with the bomb, unfortunately, but Axile trying to stay alive will get the AWP. Twists keeps the AK, but that's not going to matter for FaZe. Money, well, not a plenty, but a decent amount. So that AK is somewhat significant.
Players have to buy. Well, they have the money for it. It's not like they're on too much of an edge. They are going to invest into it, especially with that saved op. Shiro's able to drop a weapon over to a teammate. So one more solid buy coming in for players. They'd love to scrape these last 2 rounds. FaMas on Inters and Nafany. The op is in Shiro's hands. M4 and Hobbit and Axile. And they still have not found a way to defend against this onslaught from FaZe. Oh, nicely done, Hobbit.
That is pretty good.
Good for you.
I'm proud of you.
Well done.
Molotov will cover off the CT connection. There you go. It looks just like an afro on top of those barrels. But Banana again for FaZe to work with. Nade as well is going to bounce off the mid corridor. Off of Dracula's house. There's a house that's yellow in an alleyway just like this in Sighișoara, Romania, if you want to look that up. And it was Dracula's house.
Cool.
That was where he was born into.
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah.
With Matthew Trivet.
Yeah.
Axile just peering to the left of the hay cart. Looking for a cheeky frag. Nade should chuck down Rain pretty decently, and indeed it does. Down to 33. That's actually spot on. However, with Twist lurking in Banana, 4 players from FaZe are lined up to make this a very effective hit. Flashbang from Shiro actually blinds Inters and prevents him from peeking with it. That actually might scare FaZe away from this hit, and indeed, they're falling back. They feel a lot of pressure. They're hitting a great timing as well. Players actually feel the pressure even more. Nafany's pulled all the way over. Twist and Brokey are getting this started. Hobbit has no help. He's just got to chill. He's boosted up. Opening kill for Twist, peeking at long range. The AK is going to win that fight every day of the week. So will the op.
Bomb has been planted.
Shiro.
FaZe is reading players like a coloring book.
Is that reading?
Yes.
I'm confused. Does that mean they're really, like, they're simple to read or that FaZe can't read?
It means they're reading them very well.
Oh, okay.
Coloring book is a simple book to read. It says, this will end up being a cat.
It usually doesn't.
Well, we had different coloring books growing up. Good kills from Axile. Low impact, obviously, well, no impact, really. Money doesn't so much matter at this stage of the game.
Ooh, yes, Shiro gets Brokey at least. So AWP held over for the final round of the half, but it's already 10 for FaZe. That is a pretty incredible scoreline. And they'll go straight back onto the weapons on their side. All AKs, just to note. There's that beautiful body block.
That was about the only positive thing to happen to players in the whole round. Everything after that was horrifying. Twist, those fights he loves. Loves them very much. 10-4. Kerrigan showing some real class in his calling this half. Manipulating Inferno's rotations to perfection. 3-man stack at the top of Banana for players. One more desperate attempt to hold on to it.
Molotov down, extinguished, and that's extinguished by someone other than Brokey, so as it deploys on the other side of the fire, massive gap for him still to peek with. Twists is going to get closer to the half wall, and they're going to boost above him. This is a problem because no one tends to look directly upward on this situation. And oftentimes the man over the wall spots thou who under him more often.
Yeah, they obviously have no idea he's there, though. That very easily could have gone the other direction. I think they were actually activating. Twist was calling for the flashbang to turn around the half wall, and it was just a little bit late.
Shiro holding top middle this time. Rain is staring in that direction, but backing off. ropz already inside of the apartments, and he'll start working up. He's just going to go for picks inside of the site. Axile is at the pitch. Shiro, good shot to start it off. Exile follows that up and falls back to the balcony. ropz knows he's there, but then would still have to bypass the site. Not with that lovely smoke in position, and he can now elevate himself above it as well. But as he drops in, he's spotted. Now they both know he's there, and he still gets the lineup as he tries to chase the player of Inters going inside of the site. He gets the free kill on Shiro, who walks out in front of him, and that means Brocky's now got Inters. It's falling apart.
Gross.
Oh my god, ropz. Nafany's head explodes in front of his eyes with a single click of the AK. It's all on Hobbit again. Another 1vx that Hobbit's going to be thinking, how the hell am I in this position? And Brokey's got his number this time, 11-4.
What a great half from FaZe. You got to give all credit where it's due. They just worked players. We'll see if players can recover because they're stressed. They're quiet, they're frustrated, and they've got to come back on Inferno. We'll be right back for the second half.
Hello and welcome back. I'm going to go over the key tendencies and strategies that can be found preparing against FaZe's Inferno. Starting off on the T side, we first want to look at the key positions and who plays them. We should be expecting Twist to be that lurk towards Banana, ropz to be the apartments player, and either JKS or Rain to be that boiler mid player. The first tendency to watch out for is whenever Kerrigan throws this smoke towards the Banana car from spawn. When he throws the smoke, this is usually a sign that FaZe are hitting A. The most common ways are either through a halls pop with 3 people or a fast A-wrap using smokes and flashes towards the arch side and library. CT should be generally aware of these two possibilities whenever they see this smoke come out. Now over on the CT side, we also want to be aware of who plays which positions. We should be expecting Kerrigan.
I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight we go inside. The man, he is the one. You build your walls, faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission.
We get back underway in the second half of the first map, Inferno, with Overpass third in this. I should say, excuse me, Mirage is up next as map number 2, but it's 11-4 for FaZe. That's coming off the T side, Jason.
Yeah, and those are not happy faces on the players' side of things, and I think you could tell in some of the ways they were playing frustrated that things weren't going their way. I think towards the end of that half, you really saw players kind of falling out of that team cohesiveness. A lot of players trying to take some individual fights or individual playmaking that just went against them, and I think that's part of the reason why we have such a spread scoreline. 11-4 lead. FaZe got a lot of rounds to play with, but it's not done just yet. We'll see if they can, how well they can call against this defense. They just got a masterclass in it. Nade takes a little shot. Nade coming out over the half wall, but backing up his Exile to avoid any real damage. Twist and Rain to defend. Kerrigan has a flashbang. Here it comes right now. It might just be perfect. Actually, there. It's great. That's wonderful stuff. Twist with a double kill, and he's got Shiro right through the edge of the board. That's the bomb down.
Sick round. He didn't even take any damage yet. I should say he does get a bullet from Nafany, but he delivers one far greater in return. Brokey's not going to let him get the ace. It's too far away. Hobbit's down. Twist with 4. He was looking for it. He pushed. He was like, I'm on for it. I'm going all the way down there. But good start to the second half for him.
Yeah, they're toast. This is over. I think FaZe is just going to run away with this one. See if there can be some kind of a comeback. Great stack. Great flashbang from Kerrigan. The Molotov splitting the attack as well. That's a great execution from FaZe. And obviously some fine pistol work from Twist. 8-round lead from FaZe. For FaZe.
Nice nade, bounced off. Hobbit catches that. Ooh, gap? Or is that just misleading due to the smoke, or the flames, excuse me? It made it look a little bit like a graphical glitch, but no gap. Brain couldn't see through all the way.
However, he did get ticked by that Molotov, so players might be just sitting here thinking, you know, let's pop flash and just brum rush him. He's going to be close. Let's check trees. And if that's the idea they're operating with, I think they're about to get slaughtered.
Rain backed off on that as well because he may have suspected it, but they switch weapons. He goes right back down there to stay aggressive. Kerrigan's the one that's going to have to flash and support him in this situation. So some utility tossed around, and free kill for Rain. Ooh, dinked up though. There's the flash. The swing from Rain gets another. Kerrigan's gonna join him in the killing. And just like that, we're down to only 3 players left in the round as Exile will put Rain down finally. But Shiro and Hobbits have a combined 18 HP. Brokey's joined Banana in this party. And Kerrigan wants more. He wants to farm up the cash. He's gonna nearly do it, but runs out of ammunition. Okay, Exile.
We'll give him that one. Why not? I was going to say, like, the only way they get through this is if someone jumps and hits 2 incredible headshots that don't make any kind of a sense whatsoever. He does get 1. 13-4 now. AKs and Galil's coming in for players attack. This map has not gone any of the way they would have desired. FaZe's pick, obviously, so I guess all is not lost in the world, but, you know, it doesn't get any easier with Mirage coming up next against FaZe as well.
Did I see that rightly at the end of that? No, okay, so he was just shooting the M4 away. I thought he took the ammo out of it and then shot it down to bait them with it. That would have been incredible, but that was obviously after the round. Here, pick up this weapon and with your pistols, and then realize when you go to shoot it, you're out of ammo.
That's why you're gold Nova, Matt.
That would be next level, right? Like, look, hey, I'm gonna just, in the chaos, I'm gonna shoot this empty M4.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick it up thinking, ooh, we can get him, we got a rifle, and then I'm gonna bait him with it.
That's one of those things, just you're using your brain too much on that one.
Yeah, I know, Counter-Strike's just too simple for me, what can I say?
Yeah, when you've got a brain like yours, it's tough sometimes.
I know. See, in my world, gravity's 2-directional.
Kerrigan's close up. Down Banana, can have that fast flank. Wouldn't risk a whole lot with an SMG if he picks his time right. ropz and Brokey wrap side waiting for the smoke to fade. Nade is gonna come in and, ooh, misses its mark. Misses its mark just a bit. They're coming right at this. ropz is blind, attention taken away. He somehow recovers in time and gets both. I have no idea how that works. I don't think players do either, but what are you supposed to do from here?
Die. Exile that will at least put ropz down finally. Shiro knows there's more around the corner. Good flash, can't do it. Brokey's there instead. Didn't anticipate the second member, and the bomb is now firmly in the possession of FaZe. No one covering off pit side, but they do have one more back in the site. That, of course, being Twists at this point. And it is all on enters. They know he's there. They bait him out. He fires a few shots, and Brokey goes around the corner to finish off an excellent round. 14-4.
Yeah, players is not clicking at the moment. That flashbang comes in just late for that peak as well. The peak is just right before it. Craziness. What a great job from FaZe on both sides of this map at the moment. Obviously early going in the CT side, but it doesn't look like they're going to have any problems. 19 kills on Brokey and ropz. Ooh, that's not ideal. This is unbelievable. Just enough attention is taken away for ropz to recover. I think that was...
Yeah, Hobbit's going to be pretty annoyed with himself on that one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Brokey fires it off and just buys him that like second and a half to clear his vision, and then, I mean, Brokey just as well is monumentally perfect, and nothing going right for players. Nothing at all.
Poor Hobbito. Can't get it done. Do love the guy. One of my favorite players. But now, we are 2 rounds from a potential disaster of an opening map for players. I would argue it still isn't a disaster, but maybe they can recover it. Not so far in this round. Twists gets 1, he dies, is dropped immediately after, and substantial damage delivered to Rain, but the same returned on Shiro, leaves us relatively even. The exception being that Brokey's also on 7 HP.
Yeah, but ropz is still on the map, and he's showed just an uncanny ability to recover any scenario. He was part of that recovered 2v5 at the end of the first half. The final round, Kerrigan gets dinked up. A lot of players on FaZe very low. I wonder, with this kind of health, if Kerrigan just shifts back to the A bomb site and they just gamble it, preserve the money. That's exactly what's happening. You could see him slinking off back towards CT spawn. So players, they might be able to get a freebie. Kerrigan will stick around to spam through smoke with his fingers crossed if that gets put down. But this is looking like it's got a player's victory written all over it.
Kerrigan. Ready for the cross, not ready to fire off fast enough. Does recover though and absolutely nails Inters.
Yeah, ropz got someone on the other side of the map as well. That's the lurker, so the retake is on. Like even with the HP, FaZe is like, yep, we're gonna go for it. We're going for this all day long. And ropz gets to have a little bit of fun. All of his players on low HP, you have to expect the low HP guy's gonna go in first after ropz clears these angles. And it's just time for ropz to bait the hell out of everyone, which is always a good time.
He's going to push through smoke, but Kerrigan's missing. He's already inside of the ruins. He might wrap around behind him, though. That could be a huge problem if he does, because they'll never expect it. He wants to hold CT instead, though, because he's through the smoke, and they won't know that he's there. So he walks out for one, follows it up on another. It's ropz that gets it all, and you're absolutely right. He baits them perfectly. In he goes, and down goes the round. It's map point for FaZe.
He's a human aimbot, man. This is unreal. He's playing so well at the moment. Oh, wow, how scary is that? It's fun watching a player like ropz, and this is one of the cool things about Counter-Strike is just individual players stylistically. Like ropz is such a mechanical. He's like a computer. You could see him like ticking all the boxes step by step, turning the corner.
It's just foolish.
Ooh.
Look at that little flex from the man.
Yeah, I'd say so. Why not? 22-8 for ropz.
In 19 rounds.
And I mean, not just the number of kills, the quality of them as well. He's had so much impact. He had a clutch as well, that 1v1 against Hobbit in the first half. He's had like 2 or 3 clutches in this game, 2 or 3 like huge multi-kill rounds, a couple of them in rounds that were recovering. This has been crazy.
So ropz waits up inside of the apartments at this point in time with the AWP. ropz will play the stairs and support that position with the rifle. Should the AWP have a chance to run down the hall, he will be covered as a result. And here we go. Inter's walking into this. Needs to be careful. That chicken could reveal his position. He baits out the shoulder. Chicken doesn't move. A little stoic guy. Fires the shot, no one running after him. ropz holds his position, realizing they're already out middle. He nails one, uncertain as to where the rest of the attack comes from. He'll clear the boiler position. They won't go around the wall. They won't swing in the door behind him, so he should be clear to get away at this point.
Man, between Kerrigan outcalling the hell out of players and ropz putting on this kind of a show individually, this has just been incredibly dominant. There's been no chance for players to stay in this game. ropz with eyes on Rap. They don't know numbers just yet. It might not matter. That's Kerrigan. Headshot onto Nafany. Bomb drops forward as well. Inter's even showing through the smoke. And I don't even think any of this matters. 6 seconds. Bomb is going to go down. Nade coming in. That's certainly going to get at least one. Axile's down for the count. It's just Shiro remaining.
Solid first map from FaZe. Twists will get the final kill. They just got to cut a few wires. And they might put players in an awkward position on the next map, because going into Mirage, it's a pretty level territory. That's a huge win on Inferno.
Yeah, this was billed as a huge matchup that could go down to the wire. Didn't look anything like it on Inferno, but regardless, we're going to go down to Heku because she's going to get us some information between maps.
Go!